House Republicans lining up for their victory lap at the White House, all celebrating a critical win on their health care bill. The changes that affect people in San Diego and around the nation.
I've lived here about 25 years. I built this house, and it's important to, I don't want my house to slip in the ocean.
Now before the highest court in the state, a question of how California will deal with sea level rise and coastal erosion, and the North County homeowners caught in the middle of the debate.
What you call an adoptable dog is very much in the eye of the beholder.
The county animal shelter responsible for the fate of these four-legged friends, and questions about its no-kill promise. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amita Sharma. By a narrow margin, the House of Representatives voted today to repeal and replace Obamacare. If passed, the legislation would end tax penalties for people who don't buy insurance and subsidies for people who do. President Trump and Republicans celebrated the House passage at a hastily called press conference at the White House Rose Garden.
Today was a big day, but it is just one step in this process, an important step. We still have a lot of work to do to get this signed into law.
As of yesterday, Republican Representative Darrell Issa of Vista was undecided, but was front and center in the garden today after casting one of the final yes votes. Issa released a statement saying afterward, today's vote gives voice to the victims of Obamacare, the millions of Americans who are paying higher premiums, receiving less coverage, and for whom the status quo offered no end in sight. The San Diego congressional delegates voted along party lines, with Issa and his fellow Republican Duncan Hunter of Alpine voting for the repeal, and Susan Davis, Scott Peters, and Juan Vargas casting votes against it. The bill passed 217 to 213 and now moves on to the Senate.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Darrell Issa's got to go!
Voters rallied outside of Issa's office in Vista today, demanding health care coverage for all. They say they wanted him to vote against the GOP health care plan. They say they're worried about the millions of Californians who could lose coverage under it. The bill would cut taxes by nearly $765 billion over the next decade, with most of the savings going to the wealthy. President Trump signed an order today easing rules that bar tax-exempt churches from engaging in politics. His order also provides, quote, regulatory relief to a rule preventing employers from refusing to offer health plans with contraception services based on religious objections.
We will not allow people of faith to be targeted, bullied, or silenced anymore.
The American
and we will
Civil
never,
Liberties
ever stand for religious discrimination. Never, ever.
The American Civil Liberties Union objects to Trump's order and is promising to sue. We'll have more analysis on the health care vote and the changes from the White House on the PBS NewsHour. That starts at 7 o'clock right here on KPBS. The California Senate has voted to move up the state's presidential primary to March in an effort to increase the influence of the nation's largest and most diverse state. Currently, California voters choose their nominees in June. The legislation would set the primary on the third Tuesday in March and give the governor the option to move it earlier if other states jump in front. The bill now heads to the Assembly. Starting next week, Oceanside is holding public meetings to take input on how the city's new district should be drawn. Last night, Oceanside became the latest city in the region to move from citywide representation to a district model. The first public meeting will be held next Saturday, 13th. Several more will be held throughout the month. The first district elections are expected to be held in November next year. The suicide rate in San Diego County jails is the highest of California's largest jail systems. That's the finding of a report released today by the San Diego County Grand Jury. 46 people have killed themselves in San Diego jails over the past 12 years. The Grand Jury says the system lacks training and policies that would prevent suicides and recommends hiring a full-time supervisor for mental health workers and establishing a suicide prevention oversight group. The California Supreme Court heard arguments today in a case that confronts the question of how California will ultimately deal with sea level rise. KPBS North County reporter Allison St. John says the case involves two Encinitas property owners who replaced their damaged seawall.
Tom Frick's house sits about 35 feet back from the edge of a steep bluff overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
It's beautiful here. It's just that it's a real challenge trying to deal with the property and the ocean and the seawall.
At the bottom of steep stairs below his house is a seawall, which Frick and his neighbours, the Lynches, replaced after it was damaged by winter storms in 2010.
I've lived here about 25 years. I built this house, and it's important to, I don't want my house to slip in the ocean. It's a good $1 million wall between my neighbors and myself. Yeah.
Do you have any idea how long it'll last?
It's supposed to last a guaranteed 70-year life, I believe.
But when the California Coastal Commission granted Frick the permit to rebuild the seawall, they added an important condition. Attorney John Korn says that's why this case is precedent-setting.
For the Lynch and the Frick families, it was one of the first times where they said, well, maybe we do have a duty to approve the seawall because the homes are in danger, but we're only going to have that permit last for 20 years. And 20 years from now, they can come reapply for a new permit.
Korn says this effectively devalues the homes because if they were to go on the market, there would be uncertainty of what the California Coastal Commission might do in 20 years. The Pacific Legal Foundation, which litigates to protect private property rights, has taken on the case, and many interested parties have joined it. The building industry and realtors support the property owners, while groups like Surfrider and the American Planning Association support the Coastal Commission.
The California Coastal Commission did not make themselves available to comment on this ongoing litigation. But this case about this seawall is particularly relevant in view of a new report that suggests that sea level rise in California is happening much faster than predicted.
The report, called Rising Seas in California, is by the California Ocean Protection Council in collaboration with the Governor's Office of Planning and Research. Dan Cahan, a climate scientist with the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, contributed to the study. He says sea level has risen a little more than 6 inches over the past half-century, and under one plausible scenario, it could rise up to 3 feet this century. But he says the report contains one extreme scenario where melting ice sheets in Antarctica could lead to much higher numbers.
At the very high end, the kind of fringe catastrophic Antarctic ice loss amount, we're now looking at levels that could exceed 8 feet. Perhaps as much as 10.
Cahan says building seawalls may be a good short-term strategy.
Of course, that's kind of the way I would feel too if I had coastal property, but if I'm looking kind of holistically, like, which is the job of the Coastal Commission, they have to think about the whole coast.
Cahan says for every homeowner that builds a seawall, there are several others who do not, and those are likely to suffer the unintended consequences of wave action penetrating their property faster because of the armoring next door.
At some point, I think we're going to have to deal with this not on a property-by-property kind of basis, but as a kind of a unified approach to a coastal community. What are we going to do to, protect infrastructure, inhabitants, and, come up with a plan that's viable for decades in advance.
Cahan says agencies like the Coastal Commission will have to judge how to craft policies to match the rising seas, and that will only become clear over time, perhaps over the next 20 years. Allison St. John, KPBS News.
Scientists at UC San Diego are looking into turning algae into biofuels, and they've passed an important test. They found that genetically engineered algae can be grown outdoors without harming the environment. That's good news for the industry.
So in the future, we're going to put traits into algae that will make them, grow quicker, produce higher levels of lipids, maybe produce higher amounts of proteins.
Lipids are the elements that allow the production of biofuel. The protein in algae could also be used in food production. San Diego County is considering outsourcing animal services amid criticism about how it runs the department. One major issue, whether the county's no-kill animal shelter is living up to that promise. KPBS investigative reporter Claire Tregeser has the story.
Oh, there she goes for the belly rubs. Good girl.
Ryan Klumpner is spending the morning with Kona, a 2-year-old pit bull.
She came into the shelter when she was 10 months old.
He's a volunteer at the San Diego County Animal Shelter.
She was a stray.
And says Kona was scheduled to be euthanized for behavioral problems until he stepped in.
People didn't like handling her because she was afraid of the doors in the shelter and the noise in the shelter. And so she would jump around and she was hard to get a leash on. But we figured out pretty quickly that when you got a leash on her and took her out, she turned into a totally different dog.
When he found out she was going to be put down, he fostered her and helped find a family to adopt her. The county animal shelter has a zero-kill policy, but that doesn't mean 0 animals will be killed. Instead, it means no animals labeled as adoptable will be put down.
What you call an adoptable dog is very much in the eye of the beholder.
Since 2016, the county animal shelter has killed 75 animals for behavioral reasons. Those are dogs that, quote, demonstrated aggression to people or animals, according to county policy. A search through San Diego County's euthanization records shows some dogs clearly were aggressive, but several others had nothing in their records to indicate any behavioral problems. For example, a pit bull named Mackie was described this way: engages with handler, almost needy about attention. Or an American bulldog, Spartan, very human-friendly but dog-reactive. The animal shelter was criticized by volunteers last year for putting down animals despite its no-kill branding, and for other practices that make it harder to adopt animals. For example, until recently, the shelter wasn't open on Sundays, when most people are off work.
There's been some criticism of the department.
County Supervisor Diane Jacobs says that criticism is one of the reasons the county is considering outsourcing animal services.
So it gave us some opportunities to take a look and to see, is there a better way to provide services, not just for the animals, but for the owners and for the taxpayers.
The county is currently reviewing proposals from outside organizations and could make a decision in the coming months.
They are highly trained and they're able to deal with any situation.
David Garcias is the head of the union that represents all county animal services workers. He says the people holding those jobs should be public servants, not private workers.
Do I want someone who's not a public servant or a public safety officer coming over and knocking on my mom's home and saying, hey, I want to come over and see your pets or see a barking animal? That is not something I know that there are trained professionals that work for the cities, for the counties.
He also says his union, the SEIU, believes the county has a legal obligation to negotiate if they're changing how animal services is run. County Supervisor Diane Jacobs says there's no such obligation. One outside organization that is definitely interested in taking over animal services is the San Diego Humane Society. Its CEO, Gary Weitzman, told the County Board of Supervisors the nonprofit is ready to run the county shelter and take on animal control duties. But he declined an interview with KPBS to go into more details about the plan at this point. If the Humane Society did take on the outsourcing contract, it wouldn't have to move its operations very far. Its shelter sits right next to the county shelter, although the insides look very different. In the county building, multiple dogs are kept in the same chain-link pens, while at the Humane Society, 1 or 2 dogs live in rooms meant to mimic the inside of a home.
The challenging part about animal shelters is just the huge difference between that environment and a home environment.
Ryan Klumpner, the animal shelter volunteer, says he hopes to see changes that lead to more adoptions of dogs, including more posts on social media about dogs looking for a home and better facilities.
Can't tell you how many dogs, it's really hard to watch, because the problem that a dog will have is that it'll bark at people who walk by. And so they assume that dog's like that all the time, and they don't realize that it's barking because it just wants to be taken on a walk, and you put a leash on it and it immediately knows, sit, stay, shake, roll over, and is like the sweetest dog ever.
Luckily, Kona got a chance to show what she's really like. Claire Tregesser, KPBS News.
After a warm week, rain is rolling into San Diego. Erin Calandra has the forecast.
We had a gorgeous day here today, and that's going to continue through our Friday. But once we get to the weekend, we are going to have a drastic change in our weather. You'll see it in the temperatures and also with rain. So we'll get to that in just a minute. For now, though, looking at the satellite and radar, we don't see much of anything across California. Across the county, it's dry. We don't have any cloud coverage. So just a beautiful day, and that will continue for tonight. We'll have some fog late night, and that will continue into the morning hours, but it will burn off as the sun comes up. So 62 degrees for our overnight low, and it's going to be a nice night across the region. Borrego Springs, nice and warm, 69 degrees for their overnight low. Ramona, 51 degrees, Poway 57, and Oceanside 57 as well. We're going to see some cloud coverage, but mostly along the coast. Inland, it's going to be nice and clear. We have a high pressure system over Arizona, and that's keeping things very warm and calm for the next day or so. But we also have a low pressure system developing. It's going to develop over California on Saturday. So with that, we're going to see much cooler temperatures and even some rain, thunderstorms in the forecast. So Saturday, a much colder day, 68 degrees with showers. On Sunday, we will have some sunshine, but by the evening, we're going to have a heavy thunderstorm roll through the region. We could even see some hail come from this system on Sunday night. 63 degrees for the high temperature. Monday, showers left over, even a thunderstorm, 69 degrees. By Tuesday, it's mostly sunny, just a leftover shower or two. 69 degrees for the high. Now inland, it's a similar story. It's not going to be a bad day on Friday, but those showers move in Saturday. Sunday, nice in the morning, and then thunderstorms roll through in the evening. And Monday, some leftover showers, temperatures in the 60s. Now in the mountains, it is going to be cold. We're talking snow in the mountains. So on Sunday, our overnight low is only 33 degrees, which means we are expecting some snow showers. Nothing major. We don't expect any accumulation, but you're certainly going to see some flakes in the air. On Monday, some spotty showers left over, and temperatures are already on the rise, 46 degrees. And by Tuesday, well, it's going to be a bit warmer and sunny with a passing shower, but not a washout, 55 degrees. And a nice break in the deserts. Look at the temperatures for Friday, 101 degrees. Well, by Saturday, we're in the 80s. Down to the 60s for the weekend, and then some showers on Monday. Then it dries out and it gets just a bit warmer. For KPBS News, I'm Erin Calandra.
San Diego lost a noted environmentalist and photographer this week. KPBS reporter Eric Anderson has the story.
Jim Karnik's career as an environmentalist and photographer came to a sudden end this week when he died of a heart attack. Peter Jensen is president of the Torrey Pines Association. He worked with Carnac during the last 5 years on a series of films that capture the essence of the state reserve.
I think the remarkable thing about Jim was that he was a talented artist with a camera, but at the same time, he wanted to get a message across. He wanted to protect and preserve this place that we love called San Diego.
What we have here is a woolly paintbrush.
Just a month ago, Carnac worked with a longtime docent at Torrey Pines on a film documenting this spring's massive bloom. Margaret Filius says she was always struck by Jim's patience and his passion.
I guess it is that love for what he was doing and his eye for what is good.
Carnac filmed all kinds of natural places around the county, from vernal pools to riparian habitat in the backcountry. That work endeared him to a lot of people in San Diego's environmental community. A message from his daughter noted Jim's passing this week on his Facebook page. The news surprised and shocked many of his friends. The note read, quote, "His contributions to this community and its natural habitats are unmatched. He only showed love and kindness toward all creatures and wildlife, endlessly working to protect those that could not protect themselves," unquote. Carnac has passed, but his work remains. The images he captured and assembled continue to play inside the park's historic lodge. And the films he leaves behind will allow the people to experience Torrey Pines Park like he did. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.
Back in 2006, bats across the Northeast started dying by the millions. The culprit? A mysterious disease called white nose syndrome that for years stayed largely confined to the eastern U.S. But in 2016, white nose suddenly appeared in Seattle, and now researchers are racing to learn what West Coast bats are in for.
Ready for the sampling?
Yep, ready.
Wildlife veterinarian John Huckabee is on the lookout for symptoms of a deadly and contagious disease. A disease that kills bats by the millions.
There are a few depigmented areas of scarring, but overall looks like he's in very good shape.
This silver-haired bat doesn't seem to be a carrier. But a few months ago, a little brown bat arrived at his office outside Seattle.
I saw that one of the wings had a lot of contracture and some wounds, some lesions on the wing, and had an appearance like it may have a fungal infection.
The odd scarring was a possible sign of white nose syndrome, one of the deadliest wildlife diseases in modern times. First discovered in New York State in 2006, white nose syndrome has killed more than 5.5 million bats and counting. The disease, which is spread primarily by bat-to-bat contact, has wreaked havoc on the large colonies of the East Coast.
We have seen populations of bats in eastern colonies decline, in some cases, to 100%.
Until recently, it wasn't known how the disease killed its victims. But new research suggests that bats with white nose wake up more often during hibernation. This causes them to burn through fat reserves that would usually sustain them through the winter. Starvation and death soon follow. In just a few short years, the epidemic raced across the country, spreading from the Northeast all the way to Nebraska and Oklahoma. But then it hit an enormous natural barrier. The Rocky Mountains kept the disease from reaching western bats. Or so scientists thought, until Huckabee's discovery. Some speculate that an infected bat may have hitched a ride on a freight truck. Others think hikers or cavers may have unwittingly carried the fungus on their clothes or equipment. Since the first infected bat was found in the forest east of Seattle, the white-nose fungus has been found twice more in Washington state, both near the original site around North Bend.
We have bats in the net.
Fear of a white-nose outbreak has jump-started research, not just in Washington, but around the Northwest. In Central Oregon, ecologist Tom Rodhouse and a team of researchers are collecting data on local bats.
Bats hang out in the dark. They hang out in these big cliffs and crevices that we can't access. So we've gone for decades without really understanding what's happening with bats.
Was it coming out?
They're trying to assess the health and population size of Oregon's 15 species of bats.
There's really no way for us to ascertain what's happening with our bat populations without this kind of a coordinated, large-scale survey effort.
I'll grab the detector.
Okay.
Back in Washington, researchers such as Abby Tobin are trying to learn how bats spend their winters.
We're trying to figure out what type of habitats they're roosting in, if they're hibernating through the winter, or if they are kind of active throughout, and also looking at those habitats they're using and whether the environment there is conducive for the fungus to thrive.
Why don't we kind of go down a little bit to be away from the trail?
It'll be a little more stable.
Yeah, so let's try down there.
She's setting up bat detectors. Specialized microphones that can pick up bats' high-frequency calls.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah.
Each bat has a unique echolocation call, and so we're able to identify them based on that call from those acoustic detectors.
Now I gotta turn the detector on.
From this, I could tell this is a canyon bat, and they have this typical kind of hockey stick shape look to their call.
In the lab, Tobin looks for small signs the disease is taking hold in Washington.
And there's a couple little, tiny little holes. I am looking right now to see if there's any damage to the wing membranes, which would be a sign that it had white nose syndrome.
It's important to detect white nose syndrome early because it allows us to get a sense of where it is, and so we might be able to do some sort of containment or treatment with the animals.
Despite white nose's deadly effects on bats, it poses no known threat to people. But many questions remain, and it could be years before definitive answers emerge.
Here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. On Morning Edition, a sequel that shines with its lovable misfits. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 hits theaters soon. On Midday Edition, we're helping you celebrate Cinco de Mayo. That's tomorrow on KPBS Radio. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thank you for joining us and have a great evening.